What's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's kind of windy, so I'm gonna talk kind of loud, and I hope you can hear me. On today's episode of Adventures with Hobbs, I started doing a few episodes of like people ask me what baits I use and what conditions I use them for. So today's episode, what I am going to do is just going to take a couple poles. A lot of people that's getting into bass fishing or in fishing period, they don't have the setups that like professional anglers do. I still don't to this day. I do fish with 3 poles and that's it. A lot of anglers have a lot of poles, different colors, different baits, swim baits, top waters, plastics. They have a lot of poles for different occasions. Unfortunately, us beginners, we don't have that. Some of us barely can just put one pole together. So if you are beginning to fish and you only have one pole, or I'm going to give you one pole, one bait. Try this bait out, and you can fish this bait in multiple situations. Right now we're going to use the Genie's lures. This actually is a crawl, speed crawl. You can hear the rattle in it. Any crawl will work. I actually have coffin crawls from Bass Reefers. You can use any type of crawl. The reason I use crawls so much is because that is the first bait that I've ever learned how to fish. You can fish it bottom, swim, top, jerk. You can fish this bait so many different ways. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put this in my pocket. I'm going to grab one pole, and I'm going to go out to a pond, and I'm just going to work that one bait and show you different ways and different styles of fishing just a crawl. It is windy out, it's sunny out, it's a beautiful day. God has blessed us with yet another day. So let's we're going to do some walking today, and we're going to get to the pond and see if we can't put this crawl to the test and show you what I mean by using this crawl in multiple ways. So we made it. We're almost to the pond again. So today, all I brought with me is one pole, one style of bait, just 2 different colors. And today's video is what I want to show you is pick a bait, learn that bait, get good at that bait. That way when you do go fishing, you have a bait that you're good with. And once you get good with it, keep practicing and get better, and then get great with it. So anyway, one bait. All I brought with me was, again, one style of bait, 2 different colors. I did bring some hooks and some weights just in case I do break off. But other than that, that's it. So let's get it on the road. One bait. Let's get it. All right, so we made it to the pond. It is quite windy out here. Oh. So now on the speed crawl or coffin crawl, whatever you want to call them, you can work these baits. I work them 2 different. I work it kind of jerking it. I tap it across the bottom. I'll work it on the top water. You can do it any kind of way I don't know the actual correct way, but these are just the ways that I do it. And I've caught fish with it this way 100 times. I will pop it across the bottom, barely reeling it slowly. And then sometimes I'll just reel it and make them legs flop underwater. And then there's times that I'll throw it and make it top water. So you can use this bait multiple ways, not just one. And that's the good thing I like about using crawls, is for the simple fact that you can use these baits. You can use it as a swim bait, you can use it as a jerk bait, you can use it as a top water, you can use it slow rigging across the bottom. Like, there's so many ways that you can use this bait. So that's why I highly recommend picking up some type of crawls and learning how to fish with those crawls, because those baits are so easy to learn and yet so effective. We're just, now there's a log and a rock right in front of me. I don't know, I've had a couple fish break off. Oh, there he is. There he is. Oh, he was right there. That's a sure sign of a bite right there, folks. And I don't know if you was paying attention to the rod on how it was working. I was just barely tapping it. Barely tapping it across the bottom. He probably won't bite it if I can't get it right up there to it. There we go. Now this time I'm just going to be slowly reeling it, giving it a couple jerks. And nothing. So you just keep working it, you know. If you don't get no hits tapping it, you can speed it up or slow it down. Just kind of tap it, let it sink, kind of tap it. So I'm throwing it at the edge of the grass on the other side, and I'm just kind of slowly getting it across the bottom of the pond, and then once it gets to the grass in front of me, I just bring it to the top water and just use it as a top water jig. And there was a bass that hit it. All right, so well, that bait didn't last long. They've done destroyed it. So now we're going with the Bass Reaper. Bass Reaper Bait CO. This is the coffin crawl. This is a bait company that you cannot buy from the stores. You have to shop online. But I guarantee you, once you do, you will be hooked. And you will actually you won't like their bait, you will love their bait. So we're gonna go with the coffin crawl for a little bit. I'm gonna show you the same concept, same scenario. This joker, when it's in the water, it is sexy. And the same concept, you can throw this thing and let it hit scent bottom, kind of pop it a couple times. You can swim it slowly, like, oh, there's a bite. There he is. See, there he is. I'm telling y'all, Bass Reaper bait is money. And you saw how I was working it. So it just goes to show you, fish one. Mwah, thank you, buddy. It just shows you that go get you some of these coffin crawls, put these in your tackle box, and use these, because these baits are dangerous. I mean dangerous. And what I like about the Bass Reaper baits versus a lot of the other baits is the durability of this bait lasts a lot longer. It will last a lot longer than most of your store-bought baits. For sure. So anyway, and y'all see, like I said, y'all seen how I was working it. We're just gonna put it right back in there like I had it. And let it rip, Tater Chip. And we just let it hit the bottom. Kind of slow reel, give it a few bounce. Yep, there was another one right there. See, I'm telling y'all. There was another one. Let it hit the bottom. Slowly reel it. Give it a couple jerks. You can throw it top water, like on the edges. Throw it out there and just reel it top water. Oh, there was a hit. Oh, I know the camera didn't see that, but I'm telling you, I'm gonna throw it back out there top water. This bait is so easy to learn to work. And once you learn it and you got it mastered, fish just come to it. Top water, crank, or jerk bait, you can do this bait anything you want to do with it. You've already seen it in action. Top water get blow up. Jerk it a little bit. There he is. Oh, he was off. I'm telling you. This bait is dangerous, y'all. Bait is dangerous. Evidently, there's quite a few of them laying around that log right there. Let it sink. Just kind of give it some jerks. They can't resist it. They cannot resist that crawl. Just pop it. That was two. Now we're gonna go back top water, just along the edges. Right across the edge of the grass. Oh, right there. I don't know if y'all saw that, but he followed it all the way to the bank right there. Telling y'all, if you ain't got no coffin crawls or speed crawls or whatever, and you're not throwing them in every situation or every way possible, you are missing a ton of fish. Yes, I'm missing them right now, but I'm just trying to show y'all different ways of catching fish with the same lure. Right now I'm just speeding. He probably won't hit again, but so that was top water. We're gonna go back out in the middle and just kind of bump it across the bottom. Oh, look at that. There's another one. And all I was doing just speed reeling. Fish number 2. Thank you so much for biting, buddy. Telling y'all, this bait is dangerous. It's so dangerous, they should put a warning label on the package when you buy them. Not responsible for broken line. And I'll watch, I'm not guaranteed that I'm gonna catch it, but this is what I was doing. Just barely get your line tight. It's hard to do with the wind, but you get your line tight, barely just slow reel it. And they'll come chase it. They'll come follow it down. There's another one. And y'all just see it, just barely reeling. Again, if y'all want to try these baits out, they are guaranteed by far some of my favorite baits on plastics. They last a lot longer than any other bait that you will buy at the store. Well, they have for me, and I've caught a lot of fish on them. Bass Reaper Baits co.com. I'm going to end this video here in just a second. Like I said, my main object of this video was just to show you how versatile this bait really is and how important this bait needs to be in your tackle bag or tackle box or whatever you want to use. I've caught them top water, jerking it, just popping it across the bottom. And if you want to try this bait out, I promise you, you will not regret this bait. They have all kind of different baits, different colors. Bass Reaper Bait co.com. We'll throw out a few more times, see if we can't get another hit or two. But again, like I said, for all the guys, girls that are trying to just get into bass fishing, get you a good bait and learn how to use that bait. And I highly recommend a crawl. Again, you can use it slow, speed reel, top water, pop it across the bottom. You can use this bait in so many different directions, so many different ways that you will catch fish. Guaranteed to catch fish on a crawl, no doubt. Anybody that tells you different, they don't bass fish. You can probably catch a crawl, probably catch a fish saltwater using a crawl. I'll try that. Tell you what, if you want to see me try that, let's get this video to 20 likes. If you get this video to 20 likes, I'll travel to some saltwater using some bass lures and crawls and try to catch some fish with a crawl. That'd be kind of cool. But anyway, that's all I wanted to show y'all, is just how important one bait can be in your tackle bag. One bait, one pole, and you see how I got top water blow ups, I've got hit on the bottom, I got hit swimming. There's so many different ways that you can catch a fish just on a crawl. And again, this is a Bass Reaper. I've caught fish, I've had 4 or 5 hits on it, and it's still holding strong. So I highly recommend y'all go check that website out. And I don't have a promo code, I don't get paid for it, they don't sponsor me into using their baits. They don't send me free baits. I was challenged to use the bait, I used it, and I fell in love with it. So I'm not saying none of this to get anything free. I'm not saying none of this to get a sponsorship out of them, because I don't get none of that. I buy my baits online just like you should too. So anyway, go check them out. We're gonna throw a few more times just to see how it's gonna work out. Super strong in your face. See if I can't get some more top water. Kind of windy. Oh, he just hit it right behind it. We're gonna try that again. He hit it right behind it. I'm telling y'all, if y'all don't throw a crawl, you are missing so many fish. It's hard to get back in the same spot area. That wind. You're gonna hit it again though. So what we do, if you had a top water blow up and you throw it back out there and they're not hitting it, then you just kind of let it sit at the bottom and put it in their face again. Just work it different ways. There you go, see? That's it. Oh yeah, told y'all. Look at that fish. Told you. And that was all on camera, no cut. He hit it top water. I missed him. I threw it back, top water, didn't want it. I threw it back out there and just popped it across the bottom. And you see what happened. These hooks come in the mystery tackle box. I don't know, I forgot the name of them, but anyway, they're pretty good hooks. Once they get you, they got you. But anyway, look at that. Mwah. Telling you. Thank you so much, buddy, for biting. Going right back to where you got it from. Alright, guys. Again, y'all see it firsthand. I have had so many hits on this bait. And caught some fish on this bait. And I'm not saying other competitors' names, but there's baits out there that if you catch one fish or two fish on it, you know, you're almost having to put another one on there. But this Bass Reaper bait has caught fish and been hit, and it's still good. That's a wrap for today's video. I hope that you watch this video and learn something from it. Again, I am not a professional bass fisher. I don't get paid to fish. I don't get no bait sent to me to try out. I have to pay for all this stuff online just like everybody else. But I wanted to show you the importance of just how one bait can make a difference in your tackle bag, whether you're fishing ponds, grass, structure, you know, trees down in the lake. That crawl can do so much. I'm telling you, if you're a beginning fisherman, don't get discouraged, don't give up. Go get you just a couple baits, different colors, and learn that bait. The crawl was one of my first baits ever to throw, besides a stick bait. Everybody throws, you know, wacky rigs or Texas rig worms or, you know, whatever, but a crawl was the first bait that I learned how to actually work and actually catch fish on them just about every time. So again, if you want to see more videos like this, drop a comment. Tell me what you want to see me work and explain, and see if I can figure something out for you. Give us a thumbs up. If you are interested in the Bass Reaper baits, again, go to it's www.bassreaperco.com. Check their plastics out. You will not regret it, I promise you. Again, give us a thumbs up if you like this video, if you learned something. Drop us a comment. Let me know if you have a bait that you want to learn or you want me to learn. Send it to me. Drop it in the comment. Tell me about it, and we'll see if we can make that happen. Until next time, We'll see you on the next adventure.